Good evening. Thank you all for coming. This is Know Your City. This is a program that it's held every second Thursday of every month at 6 o'clock here at the library. Each month we have a different department head or an agency providing the resources and programs available to our community. This time we have the YMCA, the Senior Center, and the library. You are all welcome, and I hope this is a good event for you to know about what's available for you and your family. I want to recognize George, our Executive Director, and thank you all for coming. Let me introduce you to Frank and Lally from the YMCA, and he will
I don't think I need the microphone. I work for the YMCA, so, you know, I started out in gymnasiums, teaching basketball, and at summer camps with all people around, so I think I'm good without the microphone. So, my name is Frank Keneally, and I'm the president and CEO of the Merrimack Valley YMCA. Just to tell you a little bit about me, I'm a lifelong resident of the Merrimack Valley. My parents, my mom and dad's families, both are from Lawrence. I grew up in North Andover. I spent so much time as a kid in Lawrence at my grandparents' house. And then I went to North Andover High School, Salem State College, and then found myself back in Lawrence. And I started working full-time at the Lawrence YMCA. And that was 35 years ago. Right, I look too young to have worked for 35 years, right? But that's where I started my YMCA career. So I had wonderful time work for 18 years, I came to 40 Lawrence Street every single day. That was my job, and I loved it. I did every job you could imagine at that facility, eventually becoming the branch executive director. And then after that, after those 18 years, my CEO at the time asked me to do a little more. So I started working in other areas in the Merrimack Valley YMCA. So I had all kinds of different roles. Leading up to 2019, I became the CEO of the Merrimack Valley YMCA. So for me, it is an incredible experience to be the CEO of an organization that I love in my community, where I grew up. It's an honor, really, to be your community YMCA CEO. So you can flip over to the next. So the Merrimack Valley YMCA, I'm going to start kind of big picture with the Merrimack Valley Y and then come down specifically to Lawrence and share all the great things happening in Lawrence. The Merrimack Valley YMCA has 4 what we call branches, right? So we have Andover, North Andover, so we have a full facility there. The Methuen branch, which is more of a program center. We don't have like the swimming pools and things like that. It's more of a family center. And then we have 3 summer camps. We have a day camp in Salem, New Hampshire. So the day camp, what happens is we have buses that go all through our community, pick up the kids, bring them to camp, and then bring them home every day. But then we have 2 overnight camps on Lake Winnipesaukee, Camp Lawrence for boys and Camp Nokomis for girls. So the children go up there, they stay there for 2 weeks. The camps are actually on an island with no roads, no bridges, everything by boat. So we have this giant boat called the Bear, which brings all the kids out, all the luggage out, all the food out, and that's our lifeline there. And then the last branch, which is really our first branch, is the Merrimack Valley YMCA Lawrence branch. So we've been in the Lawrence community for 142 years. And the Lawrence branch is right here. Just go right out the door, take a left, and we're on the right-hand side, 40 Lawrence Street. At the Lawrence branch, and you can flick, oh, there we go. Look at, she's right on. We didn't even rehearse this. So at the Lawrence branch, we have a full, what we would say like a full facility YMCA. So we have health and wellness equipment, we have a swimming pool, we have a gymnasium, we have classrooms. So it has everything that you would need with all the different programs. And so what I thought I would do is just kind of run through some of the programs that we offer there, some of the services, so you can get a better idea of what exactly happens in that branch. We have licensed childcare at the YMCA. And so we have early childhood education, so preschool programs, and we also have after-school programs. The preschool programs, we start at 2 years, 9 months, and go right up until the children go into kindergarten. So full day, 7 o'clock to 6 o'clock at night, care and early education for your children. And we also have after-school childcare, school-age childcare for children K through 6, that we actually go out. We have buses that go to all the schools, pick up the kids, and bring them to the Y until you come and pick them up, which we're open until 6 o'clock. And then in the summertime, that program is all day long. The YMCA does 2 things to help make sure that those programs are accessible to families in Lawrence. We have state contracts, which the YMCA gets from the state, and we control who gets those contracts. But we also accept child care vouchers, which you can get a voucher from Child Care Circuit and then come to the Y and choose to go to the Y. That system can be kind of daunting. So we have a wonderful person, her name is Haiti Liriano, and Haiti, you can see her at the Lawrence Y. She can help you navigate all of those areas to get the child care that you need. That's a big part of what we do at the Lawrence YMCA. And so that's why I wanted to kind of highlight that first. So you can go to the next slide. The next thing I want to just share is we have some basic services for people that are available to folks. The first thing that we do is we do have a housing program. We have 73 units in the YMCA for a single men. So if you know someone who needs a place to live, we don't have family housing, it's just for men. We have single room occupancy, and if anyone needs those services, they can go to the Lawrence Housing Authority and get connected with us. So we do have housing as well. But the other thing that we do is we have food available daily. So we have a food pantry where Monday through Friday from 3 to 5, you can just walk right by the front of the building and you can get a meal. So that's available for anyone. And then on Thursday afternoons, you can also get groceries. So you can go into our food pantry and get groceries. So those are some of the services that we provide as well. One of the things that most people, you might think about the YMCA is swimming. So we have a beautiful pool at the Lawrence YMCA. I know when you look at the building, it's hard to imagine, but in the back of the building, we built it in 2006. It's a beautiful, I was just bragging over there to Janelle about our pool. It is a beautiful pool. It is one of the nicest pools. It's held up over time, and it's a wonderful resource for our community. So we offer swimming lessons, lap swimming, things like that. And one of the things that we do every summer is we do free swim lessons for anyone in the city that wants swim lessons. Youth swim lessons. I better qualify that. Free youth swim lessons for anyone in the city who wants it. And at this time, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to point to the guy hiding behind the column there. That's Joe Augusto.
Anybody?
Joe runs the downtown Lawrence branch, and he's going to be available at the end of the night, and he has vouchers, so anyone who's interested in those free swim lessons, he can give you those vouchers. And we also have all the things I'm talking about tonight. We have all kinds of flyers and stuff that you can take with you that has all the contact information. We have lots of programs for youth, okay? Right now we have this program called Summer Connect, and it's run by Lennis Perez, who is amazing. And there are so many things going on for kids. So besides the child care programs I talked about, there's teen programs. They go on field trips. They go to the boathouse every Friday. They have a program where they go to Merrimack College. They have all kinds of, they have the tennis program with Serving Stars. So many things in that Summer Connect program. And again, we have a flyer. And I think the fee is only $25 for the whole summer. So really affordable and just great program. I know Joe just came from there and told me he's, you know, can't hear anymore. There were so many kids there. So. But in addition, we also offer all kinds of other programs. Like during the wintertime, we have youth basketball and all kinds of youth programs as well. And then we also have health and wellness, which is another thing. When I talk about the Y and I get up in front of a group, most people, I say, well, what do you think about the Y? And they say, gym and swim. We do, obviously, I didn't start with that. I started with the food and the child care and things. We definitely do this. So we have a full wellness center gym with folks that can help people learn how to exercise and get healthy. We have a gymnasium that people can come and play basketball and things like that. So, no, that's okay, you can go to that. So, Joe Augusto, like I said, is here. Joe is the person that if you have any questions or want to get connected with any of the programs, he's the guy there. He can get you connected to all the resources in the branch. If you wanted to take a picture, you have his email here, and his cards are over there as well. Joe can get you connected with anything. Or obviously, I just had a few minutes tonight, so if there's anything you want to go into more detail, Joe can help you. I certainly can answer questions as well. So that's the Merrimack Valley YMCA in a very quick snapshot. Thank you so much for having me here tonight. It's wonderful to be here and meet all of you.
So much. So now we'll do our next speaker will be Martha Holt.
My name is Martha Vélez. I have been in Lawrence since 1969. I have actually worked for the city of Lawrence for 34 years, going on 34 years in November. And it's really like a whole full circle because I actually worked with Frank back in 1991. I used to work part-time there. I worked as the secretary to the Council on Aging Director, and during the day, 8 to 4, and then at 5 o'clock I would go to the Y and answer phones and leave like at 10 o'clock. And Frank used to be the one that was in charge of everything and the swimming and everything else. So we've been around a long time, right?
Yeah, and we still like each other.
Yeah, we still do, we still do. It's a great resource, and actually we've worked many, many times together, and especially during COVID, it's great to count on partners as yourselves to make sure that we were giving out food, that we were giving out hot meals, that we were making sure that people had testing and everything else and masks and everything. And it's really good when a partner is there and says, I'm here, how can I help? And that's the kind of partner that you get from the Y. And then I'm standing here in the library where, I graduated from Lawrence High in 1982, and now I'm here giving presentations. I used to skip class so I wouldn't have to do presentations. But anyways, my name is Martha. Her name is Martha, and just to go back a little, Martha and I went to Lawrence High School together. That's like full circle. Martha is the program administrator at the center. She's second in command. She tells me what to do. Yeah. So, our mission really at the center is to promote the physical, emotional, and economic well-being of older adults and to promote their participation in all aspects of community life. What does that mean to me? What that means to me is that I don't have a job description. I have to do whatever the community needs. When I meet people, I meet them where they're at, right? I have a physical building that it's the center of the city. I call it La Casa de la Ciudad. Which is open door. My mission is to serve, as a Council on Aging Director, is to serve the elder population. But that doesn't mean that the elder population does not have family and they're not part of a community. So I've always had that mentality that when I serve a senior, I also have to serve a community and I have to serve their families. So what does that mean to me? That means that if I can't give you a physical service, then I should be able to refer you to partners that can provide that service for you. And likewise, right? If an elder walks into the Y and they see that this person's struggling and it's not just about, you know, a meal or food or, you know, childcare for their grandchildren that they're raising, but they need some social and emotional well-being and they need some people to help them with filling out application, that's what we do, right? So our vision, the center is a community facility where older adults come together for services and activities that reflect their experience and skills, respond to their diverse needs and interests, enhance their dignity, support their independence, and encourage their involvement in the community. What does that mean to me? That means that my job is like a parent, right? To make a senior feel welcome, respected, right? And acknowledged. So one of my biggest pet peeves with my staff, everybody that comes through the center, and Giselle will vouch for this, I am really big on, in the morning you should say hello, and when they're walking out the door you should say goodbye. It could be their first hello and it could be their last goodbye. So you acknowledge people. I don't care what you're doing, somebody walks up to that front counter, you should look at people in the face and say hello, and if you're on the phone you just look at people, acknowledge them and say 1 minute. Because that's what I call dignity. I call that diverse, right? Because there's cultures that if you don't look them in the face, they feel like you're insulting them, right? And then the most important thing for us is that they feel welcome to where we're at. So these are some of our staff members. My real title is Director of Health and Human Services. Again, what does that mean? That means a little bit of everything. So I actually run the center. I supervise the recreation department. I supervise veteran services. I work and oversee the Mayor's Health Task Force, the Human Rights Commission, and just not too long ago when the mayor came on, he gave me the job of all city events that the mayor runs. So anything that the mayor runs that's a city event, I am in charge of. 4th of July was a great event. And I couldn't do it without all of these wonderful people that I work with. Martha is the program administrator, Laura's my assistant, Lisa is a program assistant, Jenny is front desk administration, Julissa is the person that does the outreach and helps anybody that walks in through the door that needs any kind of, whether it's citizenship, immigration issues, housing, calling a doctor, reading a letter, whatever you think. We have people that come in and we still write checks for them because they got to pay their bills and they don't know how to do it and they sign their bills off. We do that. Moy is our Asian outreach coordinator, and that's probably one of my proudest things that I've worked with. When I was the program administrator back in 1995, I started opening the door for the Asian population once a month just to come and have a place to meet. And their families would come in on a Saturday, and in 2010 when I became the director of the Council on Aging, I said to them, I can't open the building for you anymore, you gotta come see me now. And we have, today, we have over 60 to 80 elders, Asian families that come to our center. And then we have facilities, which is Angel and Evelina, and they're probably the most important part of ours, because if you don't have a clean building, you don't have a building, correct? So some of the services that we provide and activities are health and wellness, education, recreational activities, case management, outreach workers, exercise, nutrition, volunteer program, and research partnerships. We also have the tax work-off program for seniors, so if you own a home and you're having problems paying your taxes, you can come to the center, fill out an application to become, really you're an employee of the city, but it's for 35 hours a year, and they take off $500 of your taxes at the end of the year. So those are things that we're kind of responsible for and do. So direct service, I just wanted to give you this because this is very true. When COVID hit us, we respond to all emergencies. We were part of the gas crisis, and we also took over for the COVID. Worked very much hand in hand with the health department and with inspectional services during COVID. We did 3,424 units of service to over 6,100 people. Prior to COVID, 16,750 bags of food were distributed. We used to do a food bank every month for 1,500 elders with the Boston Food Bank and H span. During COVID, 3.7 million pounds of food were distributed by that staff that you saw. And a little bit more of the people that we hired to do that, some high school kids. On a yearly basis, we give out about, with H-SPAN and volunteers, we give out about 10,178 congregate meals are served to about 282 elders at the center on a daily basis from Monday to Friday. So some of the fun things that we do, because we love to celebrate culture, and the most important thing is for people to walk in the door and feel like they can do what they want. I don't like rules. I really don't, because we should all, and I tell this to my seniors, if you know how to behave, I don't have to put rules. If you don't know how to behave, then I have to put rules. So sometimes I have to go down to the pool room and the domino room, because and the bingo room, because they're Friday, and I have to put rules there. But what I want people to experience when they walk in the doors, first of all, to feel at home, second of all, to feel like they belong and they can do what they want in the space that belongs to them. The center belongs to them. I work with the mayor, I work for the people. So our job is to serve residents, right? So I feel like I get employed by the residents of the city. And you know, social determinants of health, we deal with that, and we know, and I was just talking to Joe and Frank, one of the things that we saw during COVID is isolation. We have a lot of people that are still, you know, don't want to be around people and don't want to go out. So we have outreach workers, Dulce, whose picture's not there right now, but Dulce, who's been newly hired, she goes out and she knocks on doors at elderly housings, and we actually have her riding buses and just talking to people. Just inviting them into the center, talking to them about what their needs are, why don't they come, and then we have people that are making phone calls and asking the people that we did invite into the center before, and they were part of the center before COVID, as to why they're not coming. So I have 3 wonderful ladies sitting over there who they know that the center is their home, you know, and those wonderful women right there are running a breast cancer support group right now. And we're housing them twice a month now. We were doing it once a month, but now it's twice a month, and they run the program. We just assist them, so it's their home to run this. Community resources, what we're really supposed to do, the Council on Aging, our job is to be a referral agency. It's really to connect people to services, the ones that we cannot provide. But those are some of the things that we do. When we have health fairs with many partners, those are housing units that we go visit. We're very fortunate to have, I feel, a really beautiful space. It probably could be bigger, but it is a beautiful space where people come, and it's very centralized, so you know, people come and go. I work really closely with Lawrence Community Works, you know, making sure that immigrants and low-income families have the services that they need. And we've been doing this for many years, but also like during COVID again, we worked together to make sure that everybody was being served. The Asian and the Hispanic Outreach Program, we work together as a team. We do Wear Red Day, we do Earth Day cleanup, working together. That's a tax work-off program, elder that worked in the senior tax work-off program. We take volunteers. If you want to come in and just be a volunteer to talk to people, you're a volunteer. Because you're socializing. And when you socialize with people that, you know, are coming in, they're feeling good. And if you have that personal connection, it makes people feel really good. Our health and wellness, we have diabetes workshops. Martha used to work for Greater Lawrence Family Health Center for the REACH grant, which was about diabetes, and she does a lot of workshops with our elders. We have fairs that we hold. We have health clinics with Greater Lawrence Family Health Center. We do flu shots, and if you haven't gotten your COVID booster, you need it. Come see us. Flu shots and chronic disease workshops. We partner with the American Diabetes, These are Wear Red Day and Diabetes Alert Day that we do, breast cancer walks. So we try to bring that education to people and have people be part of what they're learning. Nutrition and congregate meals. We have meals, and every so often, that used to be our food pantry with 50 to 70 volunteers every month. Elder volunteers putting bags together. The farmers market coupons, which is happening August 2nd, where you could get $50 now?
Yes, it's
$50 now for the farmers market. You have to be 60 and you have to follow federal guidelines and you have to live in Lawrence. ESL classes, citizenship classes, and grammar classes. We teach people, again, at their speed, their level. I had someone that took the grammar class, and she was 84 years old. She had never signed her name. And she signed her name for the first time, and she brought the check that she signed her name, and she was so proud, she was crying. So, you know, it's about making sure that people realize, and I tell them, you deserve to have glory in your years, because I feel like when I retire, I've done my job. Now it's for me to have fun, for me not to have to be in a place where like I'm worried about everything. And if you can walk into the center and for 2 hours, or whether you're there for 1 hour, 2 hours, or 8 hours, and you can just breathe and smile, then that's my medicine to you. We take trips to the State House. We were just there. If you look at this picture, we actually had 217 elders graduate from the classes that I spoke about. So, you know, we do a lot of things where we have people coming in and we ask them, what do you want to do? We go to the boathouse. They're going to the boathouse next week.
Yeah, because we canceled tomorrow because of
rain.
But, yeah.
So they're going there. We go to Lake Winnipesaukee. We go to Salem Willows. We go bowling. And we try to do a lot of different things with people and have them experience things that they might have never experienced before. And tell you what we did during COVID. On top of everything that we were doing, we were actually running arts and crafts out in the park with tables during the summer and spring months. Martha would take everything out there and people would be in different tables, all doing different crafts, and we would set up there and the instructor would be wearing masks and we would be at all the tables trying to teach people so that they can, you know, get out and socialize. Dominoes is a big thing in the Latino culture, and you could hear it and feel it when you're in the building. And we bring it out into the main hall sometimes, and we just have fun. We just have fun days. We have karaoke, sewing. We are not just bingo, you know. Like you say, you're not just exercise. We're just not bingo. Trust me when I tell you, most people think that that's what councils on aging are, and maybe that's what some are, but I know that the Lawrence Council on Aging is not just about bingo. In the morning, at 8:30 in the morning, we have an exercise class that's 60, 70 people strong every day, Monday through Friday. And there it is. Wow. That's our exercise class in the morning, our AM class. And then at night we have, this is chair exercise right here at the end of their exercise. And then we have Latin rhythm, Caribbean rhythm at night for $1. So if you come, and that's for everybody 18 and over. We used to, before COVID, have 2 classes, but now after COVID, people haven't fully come back, so we have 1 class at 5:30. You go to the center, 155 Havel Street. You walk in Monday and Wednesday, it's Caribbean Rhythm. Tuesday and Thursdays, it's Zumba, $1, and you exercise for an hour, and then you go home. And it's really, what we created that for was really for people that didn't feel that they wanted to go into a gym, or they did, and it's really like, it really is a community. It's like women coming together in a safe space, no matter what shape, size, color you are, and you just enjoy yourselves. And they take care of each other. They take care of each other. And when we do our case studies at the end and we ask them the questionnaires, they all said that what this helped with was with depression. So it was really about them coming together. And again, our resource partners, diabetes prevention, Massachusetts Department of Public Health, exercise and nutrition education, Lawrence Age Friendly. We're an age friendly city, which we've been working towards is having more lights, putting more benches, doing a whole lot of things in the city to make sure that In the buses now are free. We tried to work with that because Route 85, there was a lot of elders that during the weekend, they wouldn't go out. And if they had to get to downtown, they had to, like, let's say over by, Union Street, they had to get a taxi to take them to CVS or Walgreens or anywhere they wanted to go and then come back. So if you know Route 85 bus, it leaves from the center, it comes down Lawrence Street, it goes to Park, which is the poorest part of the city. Park Street goes to Broadway, and then goes all the way to Essex, comes down on Essex, goes all the way to Union, goes down to Haverhill, and goes up and back to the center. So if a senior in any of the elderly housings, it actually goes by 8 elderly housings. So if any senior wanted to go pick up a medicine, do their laundry, go buy some food at a bodega, they could get on that bus and then come all the way around, and it would only cost them then $1, but now it's free. All the buses in the city are free. We've done studies. We do a lot of research with a lot of great partners. One of the ones that we did was Lawrence Latino Diabetes Prevention Study, where we studied behavior for people that are pre-diabetic and diabetic, and what are the stress factors and how we can help people to control their diabetes. Based on a community survey which helped identify Lawrence's residents' needs in order to age healthy in the city of Lawrence, that's how we created this age-friendly, and we did a lot of radio, we did a lot of surveying, we did a lot of elderly housing visits, and we did a lot of things at the center to make sure that we understood what is it that the community needs to identify as an age-friendly community. Because sometimes people don't think about the big step, or the lights, or the big letters, simple things. And yet, the other thing that we're talking about as I've become, as I supervise the recreation department, is also looking at, where are the benches? Are there enough trees so that someone can get shade or sit down if they're tired? So all those things we look at. And of course, everybody remembers this, and like I mentioned at the beginning, we were front and center for the gas prices. So when I say that, your job description is whatever the city of Lawrence needs when it needs it. COVID-19, same thing. We distributed so many, and the city of Lawrence, I just want you to know the city of Lawrence, aside from Lawrence General Hospital, vaccinated over 57,000 people during COVID in a year and a half. And they were a partner of ours, the Y. The Y was always there. Can we get a clinic there? Yes, let's put it out there. While people were getting food, we were making sure, did you get your vaccine? Would you like to get a vaccine? Pop-ups were being put everywhere. I can't believe we survived, but we survived. And beyond COVID, this was our grand opening. And believe it or not, I'm going to say it publicly, the day before this, I got COVID. 2 years of working with COVID, no COVID, and the day before I did this, I got COVID. So I wasn't able to attend this grand opening, but my staff was like there present, and we just welcomed everybody back, and everybody just felt like relieved. We support the local talent of Lawrence Public Schools art shows. We've had that at the center. We've been partners for many years. They also partner with us to do things with elders. And that, my friend, that's why we're called the Center, Seniors, Families, Community, and we're at 155 Haverhill Street. You're welcome to come visit us.
That was great.
You were part of that.
I know, it brought me flashback. Thank you so much, both of you, for all the work that you guys do to the Lawrence and the community in town. Now we have Janelle Abreu from the library.
Last but not least.
Thank you for having us, Janelle.
That's right, this is her house.
Yes, it is.
My name is Janelle Abreu. I'm the library director at the Lawrence Public Library. I have been in this role for a little over a year now, so that's exciting. A lot of things have changed in the library, and a lot of things have progressed. And just like Martha and Frank have said, we're in that place of post-COVID, and how do we get the public back in? But by doing so, we realized that there was a lot of things we needed to implement in the building to continue to make it not more of a nostalgic feeling that we always get coming to our dear library, but also implementing a lot of the changes that are conducive to the community we serve. With that being said, claro, también hablo español, pero voy a dejar que el traductor haga ese trabajo para mí hoy y me voy a enfocar solamente en los materiales que tengo en inglés. One of the things that we've been able to do is that we've created a new website, and that's what I wanted to show you guys today. But if I don't get the opportunity to do so, I will share the link with you guys on live, and that's www.lawrencepl.org. The important part of this is that it's mobile friendly. It's also available in several languages. Specifically, in our census, over 80% population of Spanish speakers, it's completely catered to the Spanish community. That is your gateway to all the access to all the resources we have in the library. From literacy, from digital, from free online classes or certification, for training, and then you also see there all the new things that I've implemented, which is also our Event Keeper platform. The Event Keeper platform is geared to the community. If you are hosting an event, whether you're a nonprofit or you're a person who's trying to start a business, whatever have you, these spaces, this library is yours. So what we do is this Event Keeper allows you to reserve the space at no cost to you during our hours of operation for you to be able to utilize the space. Whether it is for you to give a free resource class to the community, whether you want to hold a workshop, and that's given us the opportunity to partner a lot with a lot of the organizations that we work so close dear with, like the Center and the YMCA. We just recently had our 50th anniversary, and you'll be able to see that from encumbering this building in 1973, we've actually been what I call it the original nonprofit. One of the first organizations geared towards the mission of helping everyone, non-biased, from every gender, every age, every demographic. That's the intentions of the library. So just like you said, you're not a center just for bingo, or you're not a center just for exercising. We're just not books. So, to say it that way. And it's funny because it's not called books, or it's not called, bookstore, it's called the library. So we've identified it as that just meaning literature. We do advocate aggressively here for bridging the gap in our literacy rates for the city of Lawrence. We owe it to the city of Lawrence to help be a part of the reducing those rates. Because of course, it's no surprise to us that our literacy rates in the city of Lawrence are low. It is our responsibility as a library to work with the school systems and organizations to help increase those literacy rates for our community. That means we've also had the opportunity to hire a literacy coordinator. That literacy coordinator, Tanisha Torres, is helping us create a program alongside with the LPS school systems where the schools and us continue to do what some of the schools are already doing when they come and do field trips. The kids immediately have one of their first credit cards ever with no annual fee, the library card. And so that is what we want to have in the pocket of every child. Because we want to make sure that whether they stay here or they go anywhere else in the world, they know that if they're in need of any type of questions, or if they need any additional resources, or just need direction, they need to find the library. So the power behind that is what we've been trying to advocate now. And that comes now with our new website at lawrencepl.org. And again, I say that because we're all now on the phone, on the years of the phones. I wish you could even say computers, because even our computer labs have been more obsolete as people are requiring more Chromebooks and more hotspots and more laptops, more so than sedentary learning. So with that being said, one of the few things that we are introducing as we create and make a collection conducive to our community, which I also wanted to introduce, is that we are actually embarking on something called the Library of Things. It's done in other institutions, but what actually it is that we're curating a collection that not only means that you check out books, it means that you can check out hotspots, Chromebooks, tents, tables. Do you want to bake for a living but just don't want to invest in maybe something that could be a future hobby? Or like me, like I pick up the gym one week and then I don't go the next. Those type of things where you're not committed but you can find a passion. And maybe you don't have the resources. Start in the library, find the passion, use that gateway to maybe create the income, and then you'll have the tools and the resources you need to make your own. We did that by having surveys, talking to our community, seeing what our other libraries in our consortium were doing, and implementing that here. So that is something, part of the launching of our website as well. In addition to that, we have a great team of adult reference coordinators, children coordinators. We have our team coordinators, and I'm actually happy to announce that this year we did a complete space planning of the library, which allowed us to create a YA space. We originally were on the second floor with the reference and the computer lab, but to our children's sake, pandemic was tough on them. They need a space where they can express themselves, which is not the children's room because they don't feel like they're included, but not even the tweens, but a space for our young adults and our teenagers to be able to call their own. And in there, we've been able to pivot into a bibliotech era, which now includes a lot of maker spaces. All in all, besides running a collection that's free to the public, besides making sure that we have resources available that are in our welcome center on the second floor, I'm encouraging people to come in. Come in, see the flyers, see the events that we host. If we actually partner and go to other organizations' events and have our table, because I feel like the city in any capacity, whether from the center or the library, should be represented at any of these events that are going on. It gives us the opportunity to get you signed up for a library card. In that moment, if you haven't been at our libraries at all, we always acquire people who are here for the first time. Let us know that you're here. My administration team actually likes to give the tour personally if it's your first time here, because there's so much history behind this library and what it came to be, that you're literally walking in not just only to an institution as a library, but you're also technically walking into a form of a museum. And not only a museum from a historical standpoint, but also from an art museum. So there's so much involved in what makes up this library. So what I encourage you to do, because our PowerPoint, our presentation wasn't able to be seen today, is that I encourage you to please visit our website, share it. We'll be sharing it on our social media platforms. This calendar year as well, you'll always notice that we're very active in our social media platforms. We also encourage you to check those out because that tells you the events that we have or will be partnering with or that will be coming up in the future. So what I can give you guys to take away from this meeting is that the library is your original nonprofit. If we did not exist, a lot of your nonprofits would not exist. So we want you to always come here because we're not here to take away from nonprofits. We're actually here to connect you to them and connect you to those resources. We do citizenship classes, we do computer classes, we partner with GLCAC for citizenship classes. We're doing computer classes starting in the fall. And all those things eventually come here. And I know the teens, I need to share this because I promised the team coordinator, but we even actually are doing, through a grant, we've been able to be recipients of a lot of video games, you know, PlayStation, Xbox, whatever. And one of the things was how do we work with the department of the airport, which is owned by the city of Lawrence, and create aviation courses for students using simulators so that they understand that they're part of an enriched city that owns so much. And the only way that they are able to go out there and say and be prideful of the city they come is that we give them the tools and the resources to empower them when they walk out of here. So just like we would give them simulator classes to learn how to fly a plane and hopefully maybe own a plane at our own airport here at the city of Lawrence, we also talk about curating art. A lot of the art pieces that we have in the Museum of Fine Arts in Boston is in partnership with the White Funds and the Lawrence Public Library. We have pieces from Monet, valued at, I don't even want to say the name, but they belong to our kids. They belong to the city of Lawrence. And just that information in their pocket will separate them from amongst the rest. So what I encourage everyone to do is, if you haven't done so already, and I assume that you have because you are here, invite a friend. I challenge you. And I did this the last time, and my first time here. I challenge everyone today to invite at least 5 friends. Last time it was 3, but I'm pushing it this time. 5 friends. Whether you share it in LinkedIn, whether you share it on Instagram, whether you share on Spotify and our podcast, whether you share our Facebook, whether you share our website. I invite you to please let them know that the Lawrence Public Library has been here for over 100 years. And we're not going anywhere anytime soon. Okay? So thank you.
Thank you all for coming. Janelle, thank you, because of you, the Lawrence Partnership is able to put this program on for the community. Just one more round of applause for Frank and Martha and Janelle. They did a great job. I encourage everybody to really take advantage of the resources. these are the resources that give a community quality of life. I mean, you heard from Frank with the kids and the young adults, Martha, all ages. I mean, I really was moved by your statement that folks were going there for depression, and when they left, they felt so much better. And Janelle, like you said, this isn't just for books. I mean, this is a place to come, and the amount of activities you have is amazing. And the one thing I didn't hear that I heard the first time was the library card that you get here, or maybe I missed it.
Oh, you're right. I didn't say
The library card that you get here gives you an entry into enormous other organizations throughout Boston. I mean, that card is an entryway to everything, to curiosity, to everything. So thank you all for coming. We're super grateful that you came, and I hope you have a great summer.